What's up, veterans? It's JB coming to you live. I'm gonna take my glasses off because I want to get real nitty gritty with this claim stuff about obesity. A lot of veterans have unshakable faith. What do I mean by unshakable faith? I am 100% permanent total Navy Desert Storm. I served from 91 to 95. I didn't file to 2019, which is 25 years later, and I had to prove beyond a reasonable doubt of my claim with secondaries and direct, filing 11 disabilities at one time, and got 100% permanent total the very first try. How do you acquire unshakable faith? When you have VSOs, Veteran Service Organizations, like DAV, VFW, the county representatives telling you one thing, and then you go out and do it, and you get denied. Well, you got to ask yourself this question. How motivated are they getting paid by the state or by membership fees for you to get the highest claim possible? You need to develop unshakable faith. And if you don't get unshakable faith when it comes to this law, you're gonna be like a wayward ship in the ocean. And you know what happens when you get in the ocean? You go left, you go right, you go down, you go up. And what happens when the ship, when the water go over the bow? You go under. And this is what's happening. 8 out of 10 veterans right now are going under because they have unshakable faith. Now let's talk about, we've been talking about obesity for a while. And I quoted you law in the previous YouTube videos about how you can use obesity as an intermediate step with the M21, the adjudication manual. First of all, I want you to write M21 adjudication manual down. This is the Bible of VA disability that they have to abide by. So if you know that the Bible is there for them to use as a tool and tell them step by step how to adjudicate your claim, shouldn't you start developing some unshakable faith when I talk about certain laws, right? So let's go a step further. Let's go into legal precedents. We're going to go to va.gov/search, okay? And in the search, let me just take you back a page. You're going to go to va.gov/search, all right? And then you're going to click on Look Up Board of Veterans Appeal, BVA decisions. Now, BVA decisions are been approved by judges, veteran law judges at Washington, D.C., right? And forgive the glare that's on the screen right now. I didn't get my lighting so good this morning, so I'm a little excited because I want to have you some unshakable faith. So somebody put in the comments, if you're watching this video, I want some unshakable faith. All right? So we're going to put in quotations, and we're going to type in obesity as an intermediate step. Because some of you guys are obese because you can't work out because of musculoskeletal issues, or you may have a mental health disorder, all right? My results that came up are cases that have been either remanded, denied, or granted. We're not concerned with remanded. Remanding means they kicked it back down to the reasonable level in your state, and they don't want to deal with it in the court. They're saying, you know what, y'all can do it from that court. You don't have to bring it up here. You're wasting our time. Or to gather more evidence. Now, obesity as an intermediate step, all right, we see there's a lot of cases. In fact, when you do your searches on your laptop or desktop, there's over 4,600 cases, almost 5,000 cases of veterans who submitted claims obesity as an intermediate step. Let's take the first case. First case, all right, this one was remanded. As you can see in the camera, you don't want to look at the remanded. Let's go to the next one. The second one says it's granted. All right? Let's read this. So they went to getting denied at the regional office level. They probably did a higher level review and got denied again. And then they waited 3 to 5 years to get a decision from a veteran law judge. All right? Now, it says entitlement to service connection for sleep apnea as secondary to post-traumatic stress disorder, degenerative disc disease, and arthritis of the lumbar spine, and degenerative arthritis of the left knee with obesity as an intermediate step is what? Granted. I'm trying to help you build unshakable faith, because you will go and sit in front of the VSO and they will tell you, oh no, we can't use obesity. Oh, they're going to throw this out. Well, how are they going to throw it out when the adjudication manual says it? And then we got some court rulings on it. Okay. Resolving all reasonable doubt. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to read this to you. I don't know if you can see it in black and white. Resolving all reasonable doubt in the veteran's favor. Who did they rule in the veteran's favor? Let me tell you something, guys and ladies. This is your social security number on the line, not the VSO's, not my social security number. This is yours. And I'm trying to help you build unshakable faith when it comes to the law, because all of you have been ignorant to the law. We all have. That's the reason why I studied this law for 2 years. Now, it says resolving all reasonable doubt. If your claim cannot resolve all reasonable doubt, you are going to have that water coming over the bow, and you're going to drown in your claim, and you're going to keep filing year after year, and frustration. And then the next thing you're going to say is, fuck it. Right? Okay, due to his service-connected PTSD, it says PTSD and musculoskeletal. So if you got a mental health issue, are you not consuming calories? You're probably eating bonbons. You are probably eating brownies, peach cobbler, everything, because you stressed out. Now, if you consume a lot of calories and not burn them, you got to be gaining weight, right? And there's no other risk factors proven that the obesity didn't cause the sleep apnea. Conclusion of the law. They got to give you a conclusion. The criteria for service connection for OSA as secondary to PTSD, degenerative disc disease, arthritis of the lumbar spine, arthritis of the left knee, with obesity is an intermediate step, have been met. Whoa, it has been met, but we're going to do the law. I'm talking with broken English because I'm excited. Do you understand they quoted the law with the United States Code and the Code of Federal Regulations? It says 38 United States Code 1110, 1131, 5107. Then it went to the Code of Federal Regulations, Title 38, Code of Federal Regulations 3.102, 3.303. Write it down. Write the laws down. Do your own search. Get some unshakable faith, ladies and gentlemen, because let me tell you something. The reason why New Life Veterans exist is to get you paid, period. The only reason why we're here in existence and have been helping thousands of veterans, because we are highly motivated and we're paid according to the results that we're getting. Okay? So if we're producing results, it's going to show. There's testimony after testimony, even with the higher level review. Some of you get discouraged just because you got a high level review. It's not because your paperwork wasn't Trump tight. It was not because your paperwork wasn't bulletproof. It was because some ill-advised raider took the advice of the CMP examiner over yours and made you look like Boo-Boo the Fool. Now you got to do a high-level review, and now you got to quote these laws when you talking to them on a phone interview in the morning, on the evening, after you requested a high-level review on the VA form 20-0996. Okay? So when you know this, reasons and basis for finding, the veteran served on active duty. It goes, he was in the Marines. It goes all the way down. Now, let's see here. Service connection may be granted resulting from disease incurred or aggravated. Now, all of this is quoted by law. Number one, the 4 element that I always talk about in the videos. A current disability. That means you have to have a current diagnosis of whatever it is. In this case, sleep apnea. Number 2, the second element. It's in the law. In service, incurrence, or aggravation. You either have it in service, like your overnight sleep study in service, or you can prove it's aggravation. That's the theory. Number 3, what is the causal relationship? The causal relationship between the current disability and the in-service disease or injury, which is the nexus element. Write this down, nexus element. This is the medical nexus. Some of you are going into a gunfight with a knife because you're leaving it up to the CMP examiner to give you the nexus. If it's law, why are they quoting another law here? Legal precedents. Shedden versus Principe. This is a court case, ladies and gentlemen. Laws don't lie, people do. 381, it tells you when it was 2004 and a federal circuit judge. 2004, this case set precedents for obesity as an intermediate step. Now, let's go a little further. Now, what judge there? Veteran law judge you see there? Veteran law judge Anthony C. Sear, and then it says Board of Veterans Appeals, attorney for the board. So attorney and a judge signed off on it. Hold on, that's just one. Let's go another one. Here's another one that was granted. All right, entitlement service connection for a heart condition. Wait a minute. Obesity can cause a heart condition? Entitlement to service connection for a heart condition secondary to service-connected back and radiculopathy disability. You got a back problem and you got a nerve problem. The radiculopathy is giving you can't work out now. With obesity as an intermediate step is what is granted. Let's go. Findings of the fact. The evidence is least in proximate balance to whether the veteran's service-connected back and nerve disabilities caused him to become obese. Hello. Whether the obesity was a substantial factor in causing his heart condition and whether his heart condition would not have been caused for the obesity caused by his service-connected back and radiculopathy. The evidence, ladies and gentlemen, they're talking about the evidence now. What is the most important element of your claim? The evidence. We at New Life Veterans, we're going to make sure that your evidence is trump tight. The evidence is least in proximate balance as to whether the veteran's service-connected back and radiculopathy caused him to become obese, whether obesity was a substantial factor, blah, 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 in causing his erectile dysfunction, and whether his erectile dysfunction would not have been caused for the obesity. He got erectile dysfunction. Now, they're going to bring the conclusion of the law again. The criteria for entitlement to service connection for a heart condition secondary to service-connected back and radiculopathy disability with obesity as an intermediate step has been met. Now here again, here's a common theme, ladies and gentlemen. They're using the law again. 38 United States Code, ladies and gentlemen. This is law. 1110, 1131, 5107. Write it down. I want you to have some unshakable faith because if you rocking with New Life Veterans, you rocking with the champs. Okay? Because we're not going to stop at the goal line. We going into the end zone, baby. I'm telling you right now. Look, 38 CFR 3.310. Reason and basis. They're going to give you the reasons. Reasons. All this stuff, this evidence. Service connection granted. Let's go down to the bottom of the case. Veteran law judge, again, T. Reynolds, and the Board of Veterans Appeals attorney for the Board of Bora. Now, granted, these people wait 3 to 5 years to get their connections granted, okay? I'm not asking you to get it all the way up to the appeals court. Doesn't it make sense when you develop unshakable faith, you get it right the first time? Instead of getting denied, oh, I'm going to go see the judge and see what they're going to say. When you know this ahead of time, doesn't it make sense to lock arms with somebody who has a vested interest in your claim, in your life, than somebody who getting paid by the hour, that you just a number? What's your last four, please? And they just typing something. They're not educating you on the medical nexus, the 4 elements, the severity, the DBQs, the doctors that are needed to give you the nexus, the type of doctors you needed, the license numbers, the MPI numbers that's required. Come on, man, get some unshakable faith. I'm going to finish out with the last case. Let's go find another one. All right. Remanded. Well, again, we don't want to look at the ones that were remanded. Remanded means thrown back to the courts. I mean, the jurisdiction of the regional office in your state. Okay. Now, service connection for sleep apnea with obesity as an intermediate step is granted again. Come on, man. Findings of the fact. The evidence in relevant balance is whether the veteran's service-connected disability caused him to be obese and whether sleep apnea would not have been caused but for the obesity. Let's go back to the conclusion of the law again. Here we go again. What law are they leaning on to grant this? Okay. The criteria for service connection for sleep apnea with obesity as an intermediate step have been met. Did they not quote this the third time? 38 United States Code 1110 5107, and they quoted the year of that law, 2012. Then they go back with the 38 CFR, what I've been preaching on since day one. 38 CFR 3.102, 3.303, 3.310. Come on, man. I want you to develop some thick skin and understand I'm here to help you win, period. Now, let's go down to the bottom. Another judge, Paulette. We ain't seen Paulette name. That's 3 different virgins, 3 different judges on 3 different occasions who granted on obesity, and Board of Veterans Appeals attorney for the board, H.S. Yoon. I'm just going to end this video right now. If you're sick and tired of listening to lame information from veteran friends, VSOs, VFWs, DAVs, and you want to knock it out the park and hit that home run or get in the end zone. It's getting ready to be football season. It's preseason time, and preseason don't really matter. So I'm like training you for preseason. With this preseason, the season getting ready to start. If you're ready to rock and roll and get the championship in your claim, I want you to click the link below, newlifeinsider.com. I'm out.